I hope I don't know, I'm starting to get a little bit of attention, but I just want everybody to know directly that this is self-reflexive trolling meta humor. All right, so I'm a character that I'm playing online into a video. It's a performance piece, right? Like if I interact with you in the comment section, I'm performing. If I argue with you, I'm performing. These aren't my actual beliefs and opinions as an individual. This is a performance piece, and so that my message is not in what I'm saying, but the message is in the experience that you have from interacting with this character, whatever you derive from it. That's my message, right? Am I an asshole? I don't know. I could be pretending to be an asshole to be a point. I might be nice to you. I could be being nice to you to like make a point. But like what I'm saying is that this is just so it's an art piece, right? So like if you make a negative comment and I like make a big deal out of it, it's because I'm using your interaction to create like performance art, right? So I can be inspired by anything. Like some dude writes 5-paragraph essays inspired by my performance art, and sometimes people like do whatever and it spawns a whole video or a comment thing, and I'll try and get an engagement with you. And it's this, it's like the Mariana Abramovich, right? Performance art of this type, like narcissistic, self-aware performance art, is making it so that like it makes it so that the most real thing about you becomes just a character, right? Like if I'm just a character and you're interacting with me for real, I've just kind of diminished or devalued or made imaginary like your whole world, your whole persona. You're nothing but like a backdrop in a stage or in a performance. Right? And that's very, very common performance art. People do this sort of stuff all the time. So all of my stuff, like be it like I'm doing satires of exercise videos. This whole thing where I'm like trying to teach breath work or trying to teach punching or kung fu online is, how could it be anything other than performance art? Like it's an impression. I'm doing an impression of teachers. I'm doing an impression of a YouTuber. And I'm like being very, very explicit with that it's like that. I think it's all tongue in cheek, right? But is it real? I mean, all art is inspired by something real, correct? Like, so is it real? Am I really this? You know? So could you make fun of this and like hit me? Maybe. You could say, he's not a very talented artist and he's not doing what he's trying to do. Or you could miss the point of the art. And the people that miss the point of the art become the art. It's like the what's his name? No Cap on God, like that, or Sacha Baron Cohen or whatever. It like you go in and like when you get people to take an absurdity seriously, it devalues and destroys their culture because it makes them look like buffoons. So if I'm able to utter profundities that seem like cosmic wisdom or coaching advice, or that's the deepest thing ever, or like any of that stuff, if I'm able to do that, just slapstick, driving my car, throwing a camera up, if I'm able to go deeper than all of the research of a culture or whatever, it's essentially trolling. It's essentially trolling intelligentsia, academics, movement artists, coaches, the entire commercialized medical healthcare infrastructure. Like, if I can fart something that's more useful than they're doing, you're kind of essentially proving that, like, you're a destructive retard. And this is the same as, like, Sacha Baron Cohen, like, trolling, you know, rednecks and trolling the people that he does, or did. Like, trolling of getting people to just react for real and hysterically to an obvious character destroys the person. After you've done that with somebody, it causes an unavoidable, like, ego death. They hate themselves forever until there's a restructuring. That's why people in power or whatever can't stand mocking, because when you're mocked like this, when you're trolled, it requires a death. And if you die in that way that it requires, so that the mocking no longer hurts, you could very well lose your power as a ruler over the world. So it's you know, this is a crash course in, yeah, learn the martial arts, but what you're ultimately doing is learning to mock the ego, right? All of this is done mockingly. It's like, will this become the most popular philosophical channel on the entire YouTube, and I won't ever put any effort into it? It mocks and destroys all of the, you know, the stuff that was, oh, here, let's do it, all the bullshit, right? That's kind of the goal. You transcend, and then to destroy, it's made fun of. It's bullying, and then we removed bullying. And so, just like kids and people can't be bullied today to be corrected by everyone, it's like, it's very difficult to mock people's intellectual ideas or the way that they're thinking. And so very stupid old paradigms remain around because people just aren't saying, wow, this is really, really dumb. And it's hard to prove people that it's dumb.